Hi and welcome to my channel. This is my podcast about knitting and yarn, getting cozy in your hand knits and finding joy in every stitch. This is episode 70 and I am Lina and I'm coming to you from my home in Helsinki, Finland. Today I've got a little bit of knitting, one finished object and two whips that I've been working on. And then I'm looking over there because I've got all my Edinburgh Yarn Festival purchases to share with you. So let's start with the finished object. It is my own design, yet unpublished. It's this wrap that I knitted with Brambles and Me, 100% Bluefest Leicester fingering weight yarn in two colors, Kissing Gate and then Hot Toddy. And I love this. I'm gonna of course do a separate video for this where I go over all the details you need to know, but I just wanted to share it with you here as well. Can't see myself, so I hope it looks halfway decent, but I'm just, so thrilled with this. I'm opening Testnets today or tomorrow, and today is April the 4th, a Thursday. So this week the Testnet thread will go up around the same time as this one will be published. So if you're interested, go check that out on my Ravelry group. Alright, and then let's move on to the almost finished object, which is my Mon Manet sweater by Jonna Hietala. Now I took this as a travel project to Edinburgh with me, and I did knit on it there. I knit the second sleeve almost completely there, and I wove in all the ends, and I thought I was finished, and then I went to put it on and I was like, something's missing. Neckline, it is in the pattern, don't worry. It's just I wasn't following the pattern when I was finishing the sleeve because I'd done all the decreases already, so it was just knitting the rest of the sleeve and then doing the ribs. So I did that without looking at the pattern and completely ignored the fact that it should have a neckline. So yeah, and I've been so busy since I got home that that I haven't finished it. If you haven't watched the vlog where I packed for Edinburgh, you can see it here. And also if you haven't yet watched my vlog from Edinburgh, you can also see it here. And they're of course all up on my channel, so just go check those out now and come back to this or later, where I talk more about these and my mishaps and what have you with these. But yes, so this is already turned inside out because this is gonna be the forward facing. You could of course wear it the other way around, but I quite like that's what I fell in love with in this pattern, was the lovely surface of the reverse stockinette stitch. And this is also where I need to, this side is also where I need to pick up for the neckline. I know it's just like one evening's work, but I've been really busy with the shawl that I just showed you and some other design knitting plans, i.e. swatches. So I haven't had time to finish this. I should. And the yarn I used for this is Barham Use Dovestone Aran. So it's a nice bulky yarn. This one has, I don't have the tags with me and I forgot, but I know it has Masham, which gives it this nice heathery look. It's been really pleasant to work with, and I have a feeling it'll wear up well, but of course I can't say that yet because I haven't worn it, but I will keep you updated. I'm really pleased with this yarn. And I did look at some Baramuse new bases at the festival, and they're also really squishy. So maybe one day I'll work with that yarn or that company's yarn again, or knit with that yarn. I wasn't working with the yarn, I was just knitting with the yarn. Not sure if I'm using those verbs correctly. Then, as my other travel knitting project, I had my knee-high stripy advent scrap socks. That's a pretty long name, but these that I started almost 1.5 years ago. The first one looks like this, so it's finished and done. And I'm knitting the second one. I think I was somewhere around here, and then I worked my way up here. I actually knit on this on quite many occasions. I knit on this in a pub that I went to have dinner with Lina. Yeah, then I was on a knit night with a couple of other knitters, Isabel from the Fluffy Fibers podcast, Erin, I am Erin Joy, and then Kim, and I'm sorry I didn't catch Kim's Instagram name, or so Kim, if you happen to be watching, Isabel, Erin, if you're watching, do let me know Kim's social media handles pretty much, so I can follow her. But it was really nice chatting and talking with them. Oh, and Mina was also there. So yeah. And then Mina and I also visited Edinburgh's Botanical Gardens and sat in one of the glass houses there and knit for a tiny bit. So yeah, I surprised myself with the amount of knitting I did. So I get a few inches of a sock and almost a whole sleeve, because I did start it at home, but yeah. So that's a lot for me for travel knitting. I always pack lots of knitting, but then I don't knit. But this time I did knit. So yeah. And I was knitting this at the knit night, and everyone was telling me to go ahead and write up the pattern and publish it. Now, I hadn't thought of doing that. I haven't written anything down, which is why I always carry the second sock with me, so I can compare this one to that. But yeah, why not? I mean, I really do like them. So people always have mini skeins and yarn left over from other socks, so they have, so I could, I mean, I did the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. I think that's what I did, because I didn't, again, look at the pattern, but just followed my recollection of the pattern, what I remember, think I remember the pattern saying. So I can't, of course, add that into the pattern because it's paid for heel pattern. My words are escaping me today, but a similar heel structure could be done with a short row heel. So you could have the two-colored heel in that way as well. Oh, and if you're wondering about the lumps and bumps, that's just because when I've been knitting this on the go, I don't always have my scissors with me. So when I'm done with one color, I just drop it down the sock. So not only have I not woven in any of my ends, I have lumps and bumps. So I haven't even cut my yarn. I'm gonna hate myself when it's time to finish these for wearing. We'll see how long that'll take me if the knitting has taken me this long. All right, so okay, let's do a comparison so you can see how much I still need to do. So here you go. So I only have about that much to go. 1, 2, 3 more mini skeins to add to the mix. And if I am to write this pattern out and publish it, it'll be out probably late this year, in time for, yeah, maybe it'll be a good idea to have it out around November or so, when people are getting their advent calendars or just want to knit something out of their own yarn as a sort of a knitting advent calendar, because it does use 24 minis. Of course, if you don't have 24, just alternate them however you want, but it'll be nice to have it in sort of a, yeah, I'll try that. I'll try that. And let me know if you'd be interested. Let's move on to the purchases. I didn't buy a lot, so this won't take too long. Let's start with the non-yarny purchases first. So I think one of the first things that I bought was the soap from Hey Mama Wolf. It's their wool soap with cedarwood as the scent, and this smells so heavenly. It's like the forest in the autumn. So I'm gonna love using this. And it has the lanolin, so it's handmade, all natural material. Is it materials? Ingredients, natural ingredients, and handmade, and plastic-free packaging. And I am always so thrilled to substitute man-made and plastic containers with something natural. Then I got this, which is a small zine with comics by Katie Green. It says, the name is More Than Yarn, and it says some drawings about knitting. I'm gonna read you the back cover just so you get the idea of what this is about. This zine collects my comics and illustrations on the theme of knitting. Most were originally published in my favorite magazine, Pom Pom Quarterly, between 2014 and 2016. I'm delighted to collect them all together in one place for the first time, along with a few extras. I hope you enjoy them. And I so did. Now the thing is, this year at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, they had, or different vendors had pop-up shops within their booths, or just within the marketplace area. And I completely missed those. I don't know, maybe I didn't read, well, I know I didn't read all the emails that they sent, but I missed those. And I missed Katie's pop-up. She had a pop-up on, I think, a Friday, and then, no, a Saturday, and then Sunday. And I missed the one on Saturday. I found out about this when Minna showed me hers that she'd purchased on Saturday, and I was so bummed that I didn't get this. But Minna was going back on Sunday, and she said she would pick this one up for me. And yeah, so I got it. Now I do have all the issues of Pom Pom that the drawings and stories were first published in, but still, reading this felt like I was reading something new. So I haven't looked at them in a long time. I've read them when the issues have come out, so 2014 and 2016, that's 3 years, or 5 to 3 years ago. No, 3 to 5 years ago. I'm a huge fan of Katie Green, and I need to check out her book, which I haven't yet. Yeah, so I'm just really happy to have this small zine to look at, because it's so much easier to just pull this out from my bookshelf rather than go through all of my magazines to get to read her comics. So yeah, I've already read through this once and I still haven't put it away because I wanted to look at it again and again. Alright, and then more material for my knitting library. I got a stitch dictionary from Isolda's booth. This is 400 knitting stitches, a complete dictionary of essential stitch patterns, and is published by Potter Craft. Now, why did I get this? I just find stitch dictionaries really inspiring when I'm doing, when I'm designing. Now usually sometimes I have an idea of the exact stitch pattern I want to use. I might get it through swatching, trying something new, knitting something else, or just have a clear idea in my head. But most often I just have an idea of, I want texture, I want diamond shaped lace, I want wavy lace. So browsing through stitch dictionaries gives me so many ideas. And usually I go look for something specific and I come up with 4 more ideas. Yeah, so this is for inspiration for my work. I don't have many stitch dictionaries. I want to build on more. I've gotten some out of the library, and then of course I had to return them every now and then. And I use the online stitch dictionaries, but to find good ones of those, you sort of need to have search words. You need to know what you're looking for to find them. But this is, you can just open it up and it'll show you lace and cables and texture and slip stitches. So it's just great for inspiration. Then the yarn. I told you there isn't that many to share with you. So I got a skein of this. I'm sure you've seen this all over. I think these were a big hit. Everyone I talked to was talking about these. So these are the Nightshades by Harriswell Designs. It's American Cormo. This is DK weight. It says grown in Montana, spun in New Hampshire by Harriswell Designs. And this is the shade called Dashboard. So the Nightshades were all sort of shades with black and then some other dark color overlaid. And I took forever to decide between this blue and then a purple version. And I of course debated on getting another single skein of something in my stash. But this will be a hat, so I didn't get a skein of something, I got a hat. Really just love it. Then I got a skein of sock yarn. This is by Whistlebear and it's their Cuthbert sock. And this is a no nylon sock yarn. 80% Whistlebear's own mohair and 20% Whistlebear's own Wensleydale wool. So 80 mohair and 20 wool. Most non-nylon mohair based sock yarns I've seen are pretty much the opposite, or 50-50. Or that's my impression. I don't really own that many. I've got the mohair blend by Blacker Yarns, but they had samples of socks knitted up with this, so I'm confident it'll work, and it will probably be really hard wearing because my hair lasts well. This is about sport weight. This skein, which weighs around 130 grams. I haven't weighed mine, but that's what it says on the label. Has 300 meters and 325 yards. And this is colorway called Long Walk, which is give you the label there. Hopefully the camera will focused. So this is Northumberland grown, worsted spun in Yorkshire and hand dyed. My theme was to, of course, look at as many yarns as I possibly can take in, but also really investigate yarns and brands that I haven't seen before or knitted with before. So that's what I did. Everything I bought is from someone I haven't bought yarn from before. And the last skein that I got is from Ovis Etc. It is Corriedale twist, fingering weight, 100% Corriedale wool. Fingering weight, like I said, 100 gram, has 400 meters, 437 yards. Grown and spun in the UK, hand dyed with greener shades acid dyes, which are GOTS certified, no heavy metals. And this one will be a new Harriet row. So that's the cowl design I published about a year ago. And yeah, I want to knit a new sample of that, and I think this one will be really pretty for the lacy cowl. If you want to see Harriet row, you can click here to watch the video I did of that. And this one will of course be a pair of socks. So I got myself a hat, socks, and a cowl. And I did pick up a little something for my other crafty endeavors. I got this little needle minder from Emily Cross Ceramics. So a needle minder is something that has a magnet, and you put this on your fabric. Like this one goes under and this one goes over. And then you can park your needles here, so you don't have to put it inside the fabric, but you can just put it here. And I also find this really useful for putting the chart in, and it holds it in place. So a double function, and it was just really cute. She had some really gorgeous yarn bowls there, but I don't really need a yarn bowl, and I didn't have room for one in my suitcase, but I did have room for this. And then I visited a fabric store. So this was outside of EYF. I visited a fabric store and there were just tons of fabrics. I thought I was gonna get, I toyed with the idea of getting fabric for, like tweed fabric for a skirt, but I didn't. But instead I got just ribbons. And why am I showing these on a knitting podcast? Well, these are earmarked for knitting. So if I'm doing cardigans, I can put these like on the inside of the button bands. They might be for something else as well, but so this one is really, I think this one is cotton, and it's got this swan and butterfly print, really pretty. And then this one is just probably polyester. That is really, it feels really sturdy, so it'll be good for the button bands. So that's it. That's my purchases. That's my progress on my whips. I hope you've enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I put out videos every week, usually Thursdays or Fridays, and I will see you soon again. Thank you so much for watching. Happy knitting. Bye.